बाकी सबका ऑफ है। Good morning, everyone. I am Pranali, your host for today. I welcome each and everyone for today's Sadgun Summit. This is our 285th virtual webinar. Topic for today is present scenario of the dairy industry, which shall be taken by Dr. J.V. Parekh. Agenda for the Sadgun Summit, particulars, virtual inauguration by Dr. Sundar Kataria, invoking the blessing of death, chanting of Gayatri Mantra, introduction of speaker, presentation by Dr. J.V. Parekh, question and answer session, closing session. Dr. Sundar Kataria, Chairman and Managing Director of ICS Group Companies, Sadgun Sangh, conceived and led by Dr. Sundar Kataria, driven with a mission to elevate the quality, safety, and environmental awareness levels of industry. Sadgun Sangh is a series of educative, informative events aiming to illuminate professionals on possible solutions to current issues of industry and economy. His designation and organization, Chairman and Managing Director of International Certification Services Private Limited, Academic Qualification, Mechanical Engineer AIM, Honorary Doctorate, Business Management, Experience, Nuclear RAP. He started his career in building India's first nuclear power plant at Rawatbata, Kota, Rajasthan. Oil and gas, EIL. He contributed in developing India's first oil and gas field at Bombay High since its inception. DNV, he was the head of industry and offshore development with DNV for 2 decades. ICS, he is the founder of a first Indian conformity assessment and inspection body known as International Certification Services Private Limited, which is a provider of a total quality solution under single umbrella with a wide spectrum of services. Achievements and awards. Lifetime Achievement Award of NACE Kokon received several national and international awards. Now I request Dr. Sundar Kataria sir to virtually inaugurate today's session.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Please join us for the recitation of the Gayatri Mantra. Introduction of the keynote speaker. Dr. J.V. Parekh, designation and organization, international consultant to dairy and food industry, founder of a Parekh Technical Consultancy Services, Mumbai, India, member of IDF Standing Committee on Dairy Science and Technology, SCDST, former CEC member of Indian Dairy Association, West Zone, academic qualification, PhD in Dairy Technology from NDRI, Karnal, India, postdoctorate in Dairy and Food, CSIRO, Dairy Research Laboratory from Australia from 1977 to 1980, achievements and awards, Fellowship Award from Indian Dairy Association in 2011, Fellowship Award from Dairy Technology Society of India in 2011, honored by Indian Dairy Engineering Association for services to dairy industry in the year 2012, Dr. J.R. Patel Memorial Award for outstanding contribution to dairy industry in 2013, Lifetime Achievement Award by Goma Group of Companies, Dairy Titan Award 2026 for Lifetime Achievement in Dairy Industry by Trade Promotion Council of India. Experience: over 45 years of experience in dairy and food industry consultancy, processing and project management. Worked at Amul Dairy on milk and milk product processing from 1971 to 72. Worked in Australia with CSIRO Dairy Research Laboratory and leading dairy industries including Unigate Limited and Cadbury Limited on dairy product development and processing technologies from 1977 to 1980. Since 1980, providing international technical and turnkey consultancy services for dairy and food industries covering feasibility studies, DPR preparation, technology transfer, process development, plant layout, equipment sourcing, ISO 9000, HACCP, and manpower training. Executed consultancy assignments in India, Kosovo, Tanzania, Mauritania, Nigeria, and Italy for dairy processing and feasibility projects. Associated with NABARD and Amul Dairy for major dairy development and project studies. Served as member of Expert Inspection Agency, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India for assessment of dairy plants for export approvals. Presently Vice Chairman of Indian Dairy Association and Chief Editor of a Dairy Times. Welcome, Mr. Dr. J.V. Parekh, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. I would like to thank Madam Pranali for giving the introduction about me. Very nice of you. I would like to also thank Dr. Sundar Kataria and his family members and also the ICS team members for inviting me to give the very important subject, the present scenario on the dairy industry. I know this ICS as a member of the advisory committee for more than 10-15 years, and I know that they are doing lots of work for the improvement of the quality of the milk. They are providing the technical standard, quality assurance, and the product compliances. I was associated with Dr. Kataria sir whenever something was required. So I'm happy that you have invited me, and I would also like to thank all these IDA members and those who are not with the IDA also, those who are a consumer drinking the milk for the benefits of the health. So I'll cover this topic maybe about 1 hour time. So I'll cover this world milk production. What is the status of the dairy industry, dairy exports, many challenges what dairy industry facing now, and value addition of the different products, new technology for how to make the clean milk production, biogas plant co-generations, then also vision for 2047, that is what we call Atmanirbhar, and some of the NABARD schemes for the dairy industry, and also finally the nutritional value of the milk. So I will start with World Milk Production Day, and I will be presenting the slide from my laptop only. So this is a World Milk. This is the latest figures. Now everybody is hearing now from me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you can see this is a total world milk production is now about 980 million tons or 983 billion kgs. This is what is happening in the world, and you can see there are 3 species are mainly cow milk and buffalo milk and other species. So the latest figure is shows here everywhere what are the total milk production, and there is also the other buffalo milk, and the first is a cow milk production, which is about 799 million tons, and then the buffalo is 149, latest on the 2024. This is what I have got data. So this is the growth is in the world is about 2.2% milk production growth. So this gives the idea about the total milk production species wise. Mainly is a cow and buffalo. Cow and buffalo milk production is about more than the cow milk production. Next, please. Now you can see here also shows this world milk production share by the region wise Asia is contributing about 36%. Then Oceania, mainly the New Zealand, Australia about 38 Africa is 5.7%. South America is 8.7, other European countries about 9.3, and America is about 16.6. So highest milk production still come from the Asia, which is about 36%, followed by European Union and then America and then other countries. So this is a reason why is world milk production. Next, please. Now you can see the output also, how much is the growth is taking place in the world. This is all a million tons. So butter oil and ghee, butter and the butter oil, not the ghee, which is also about growth is there about 23%. Cheese is about 22%. Skim milk powder about 4%. Whole milk powder about 5%. So these are all idea world dairy reports, which is latest data is what available with us. So you can see that all the countries in the milk production is growing. Yeah, next one. Now you can see that the world self-sufficiency rate per region. So you'll find that still Asia is not meeting 100% requirement. It's only 92%. And then Europe, you can see 110% more than the required. EU also about 150%, and other is about non-EU is about 102%. North America is 109%. South America is about 110. Africa is only short supply of the milk, that is 86%, and Central America is also short, and Oceania also has 3-5, that includes New Zealand and Australia. So they export about 90% of their milk produce. So this is all these countries except the Asia and some African countries, they have got surplus milk production. Next please. Now you can see the world trade products also, how the products are traded in the world. Then you can see the last one, 2024 also, with this whole milk powder, skim milk powder, cheese, and the butter oil. So you can find that cheese is a more traded in the world, and then second comes is a skim milk powder, then whole milk powder, and the butter oil or butter. So generally there are two products, one is butter oil and one is another is butter. So these are the traded commodity items in the world. But mainly the 90% of the 87, the European Union is contributing approximately 27%, whereas the New Zealand is contributing about 22% in the world trade, and US is contributing about 50% of the world trade. Total of world trade is about 90 million tons, which is about 15% or 8% of the world. So trading is not much. Those are surplus milk. We don't do much export, so our is very insignificant, less than 1%. Next, please. So here also I will try to show the export share development of the key export on the world dairy market, because you can see that, as I mentioned to you, European Union is leading, and then you can see the New Zealand and the US. These main three contributors are there in the world trade. So these are the traders, those who are participating in the exports and the imports also. Next one, please. Now I want to show you some of our dairy industry profile in India now. The total milk, population about 140 crores or 100 millions population. Milk production about now about 245 million tons per year. Livestock sector contributes about 5% of the national GDP and about 36% of the agriculture. So our stake in this GDP growth is significant in terms of national GDP as well as agriculture GDP. The livestock sector provides regular employment to about 8.5% of the total workforce. So dairy industry also contributes lots of in the employment generation also. And we are the largest in terms of buffalo. 57% is the buffaloes are in India, and about 16% of the cattle are in India. About 70% milk produced by the marginal farmer this is a basically small marginal or landless farmers. Those who are producing milk is produced highest in the world by masses. That is what we call about 8.9 crore farmers are joined with this. So average annual growth is about 5.6%, where you can find that annual growth in the world is about 2.2%. So we are about 2.5 times more production. So per capita is about 500 grams now per day. So population is bovine population total about 303 or about 30 crores, and you can see the total milk animals about 11 crores and crossbreed cows also about 3.5 million. But now all are going up and up. Indigenous cows are about 5 crore. So buffalo is about 6 crore. So milk yield is up. That's the biggest concern to us is only 2,000 liters per year per lactation approximately, which is very less compared to the world. And the cattle feed production also about 6 million tons, which is always remain short supply. Total now we have got about processing plants, small, big one, all throughout India is about 2,300. And the throughput is about 30 million liters, 30 crore liters per day by the organized sector. Total milk production is approximately per day is about 66 crore liters. In that, our contribution is only 30 crore liters, and a balance is remain with the unorganized sector as well as with the household purpose. So volume of the dairy industry, so it is a value of about 9 lakh crore. So this is a big volume. The marketable surplus is around now 35% out of the organized sector is handling, as I mentioned, 30 crore liters of the milk per day, which is equally now handled by the cooperative and the private dairy plant. So this is just a scenario which gives the basic information about present scenario. Now you can have next one. So you can see that we have started journey when we had a short supply in 1970-71 with only 20 million tons. Now it has become 244 million tons. So there is a about lots of about 20% jump is there, with about 95% of the animals who forms by less than 5, as I mentioned to you, they are primarily smallholders. So this is how the jump has become deficient milk production. We were importing, but now we have started now already we have got surplus milk to exports. So this is a big change even since last 11 years after this Modi government, there is a growth of about 70%. So you can see that now a lot of growth is happening in the dairy industry, and milk is becoming available for the domestic market as well as for the export market. Next, please. Now, as I mentioned to you, livestock contributes 5.5, and the agriculture GDP is total by agriculture about 36%. So, which is providing 8.5%. India holds a unique global position with 57% of the world population here, and 60% of the cattle population are in India. And availability also, as I mentioned to you, 493 grams per day. Yeah, next one. Now, this is how, again, I think it is repeated, about 9.3 lakh crores. The total is a value of which is the largest agriculture commodity when you combine with the cereals, pulses, and sugarcane. So it contributes to the national economy, which is world fifth largest economy. Now it has become fourth largest economy, providing employment to about 2 crore farmers directly, majority of whom are small and marginal farmers. So this is, as I mentioned to you, small farmers are contributed mass production by the highest milk production in the world. Next. So here I try to show how the milk production by the major 15 states are contributing in terms of the Rajasthan is the first. Then Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh are almost similar, about 35 million tons. Then Madhya Pradesh, then Gujarat, then Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Bihar, Karnataka, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Telangana, and Jammu and Kashmir. So this is a percentage shows that Rajasthan is about 50% of the total milk production. Uttar Pradesh is all equally. There always competition whether Rajasthan is first or Uttar Pradesh is first. But this is the data available with us. This is but I think both are equal, about 34 million tons. So this is the milk production. Now we can go to the how percentage of share by 5 major producing states कौन से हैं? तो first is as I mentioned to you, Uttar Pradesh है, second is Rajasthan है, third is 19 about 9% Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat is 8%, Maharashtra is 7%. So these are the other states are about 46%. So more than 50% is contributed by these 5 states. So they are the major milk producing states in our India. Next, please. Now, percentage share of the production. Now, this is a little bit 23-24 data. You will find that buffalo milk is a 31%, and the cows, those are non-descript cows, they are about 10%, and the buffalo's contribution is about 13%. And you can find the goats, and we have got also crossbreed cows. Now, this is a national policy to do a lot of crossbreeding of the animals, particularly the Austrian Friesians, and so this is about 31%. The indigenous cows about 11%. So main contribution of the coming from the buffalo and the crossbred cows, and other are smalls are there like a goat milk and other cow non-descript cows. So this is how the milk is contributed by different species in India. Next, please. Now, this also you can see that organized sector, we are having a different dairy products. One is the liquid milk, which is a basic product, day-to-day requirements, and then we can have any other dairy products. So you can see the liquid milk is by the organized sector is about 64%, and other ghee is about 15%, paneer is 7%, curd, dahi is about 5%, and the butter is about 4%. UST milk is also now growing up and is about 1%, and the SMP is about 1%, cheese is about 1%. So these are some of the products I will try to say. This is the mainly still we have got less value-added products, new variety of the products compared to the liquid milk. So liquid milk is a day-to-day requirements, and this is contributing about 64% of the total milk products or processing plant, how they are manufacturing different products in a percentage wise. Now this is a export scenario. So you can see that main our exports is not much, but whatever we are doing about 6,000 crore or about 500 million US dollars. So ghee and butter and milk powders and cheese. These are the 3 products we do lots only exports, but ghee and butter and some maybe the other indigenous products like gulab jamun, rasgullas, or like that. But these are the mainly export is much on this butter, skim powders, and the cheese. The same thing I will try to show with the slides. Export from the India in terms of tons. So you can see that maximum export is from the butter or oil or what we call ghee, and then comes this skim milk powder and the cheese, and little is about whole milk powder. So this is some of the data available with us shows that lot of scope is there for export of the ghee, cheese, and the milk powder. We are not much exporting value-added products which requires to be exported. Now, in terms of value, whatever I already mentioned to you, so you can see this all in terms of US dollar. So maximum 2025, you can see that our export is about 500, million US dollars, or about 5,000 crore rupees. So this is now about 6,000 crore rupees, but a lot of scope is there because our export is less than 1% of the world. So we need a lot of scope to export the more products. Next, please. Now, where we are exporting, major is the UAE and United States of America, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and some neighboring countries all around this, eastern side, maybe Singapore or Korea, Taiwan, or sometimes we are not doing export also, this China also. And the west side we find a lot of Gulf countries are there, Arabian countries are there. So we are at the logistic place where we can have both the side, eastern side of the parts of the world and the western side. A lot of scope is there for the export. But now major thrust is all our neighboring countries and plus this USA, Saudi Arabia, Bangladesh and Bhutan. Some we also export to the Nepal also. So some of the special actually there is a heavy duty. Actually, import is generally almost banned in this country, but through some of the channels, some of the special type of the cheeses are sometimes imported to our country in different variety, different requirement as an ingredient. But there is a very little import to the India from other countries. Because we have also got very heavy duty, import duty, and we don't encourage much to import the products from because we have got only plenty of milk. So whatever the treaty has been made, where we have mentioned all the countries, whether it's America or Europe, there should not be any import of the dairy products to India. Our dairy industry in that way it is highly protected industry by the Ministry of Commerce. Next. Now, some of the products where we can export, I have mentioned some of the names, which is other than the whatever I mentioned to you, skim milk powder or whole wheat powder, cheese, ghee, or lactose free. Now, milk has a problem of the lactose digestion. So, there is also some functional requirement of the special type of the products, the whey protein or whey protein isolates, or the infant food ingredient, ethnic Indian dairy product, because we have got many Indians staying abroad, NRIs. There we can have all that type of the sweets, khoa, paneer, or rasgulla, gulab jamun. These are some of the products which can fetch, good prices in the export market. So we are talking both traditional products and some of the value-added products. Lot of scope is there for the export of these products. Now we'll discuss about what are the challenges we are facing in the dairy industry. Then we also see what are the opportunities. You can see that because our animals have got low productivity of the animals, so we have also problem of the feed and fodder cost. So these are some of the problems that we are facing. Animal management, animal health care, adverse effect of the climate is changing. These are challenges which can be addressed by the adaptation. So a lot of things are happening now, but these challenges are there with us in terms of low productivity, quality of the milk is also problems of disease, feed and fodder shortage, and also environment. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing, and that for that we are dairy industry is working. Next. First is, as I mentioned, it is very low productivity compared to the other countries. Now, global average about 2,600 kg per animal, our is at 2,000. But if you go to the all the developed countries, the milk production per animal is about 10,000 or 12,000 liters lactate per lactation. So we are having a very low productivity of the animals. So we have a more animals, cattle. So now a lot of work has been done to how to improve the productivity of the animal. So it becomes more viable for the milk farmers. Second is a climatic also. There is a lot of problem about GHG or carbon credit, what we call. So these are because of the low productivity of the animals. We have to see that by the 2070 net zero carbon becomes GHG, greenhouses becomes zero. So this is what we are trying to improve by the giving breeding, feeding, management, and good practices. So how we can have a improvement of the quality of the animals productive in terms of breeding, feeding. So this will reduce the carbon problems and then we bring down the net zero. This is what we are trying. Okay, emission which should be almost zero by 2070. Now, what share, as I mentioned to you, share of the organized sector is about 37 or 35 percentage. Now, this remaining 63 is available as a marketable surplus. The unorganized sector still controls about two-thirds of this supply. So, as I mentioned to you, about 66 crore liters per produce, one third, one third, one third. One third goes to the processing, 1/3 remains still with the unorganized sector, which is the most unhygienically milk production, like our Tamil and Bombay around, you can see. And some of the other 1/3 remain with the milk producer for their house purpose. So dairy cooperative, other milk owner, institution and private dairy are continuously striving to bring more farmers within the ambient of the organized dairy sector. So our challenge is now how to bring this unorganized sector into the organized sector, with all certification is there, proper processing, milk collection, all the one cooler, all facilities are there, and most hygienic is produced, so we can have better quality of milk produce. So this is a big challenge also of the organized sector is very less. First is a productivity problem. Second is a organized sector is not having much share, so which we are trying to increase. It will become at least 45% by Vision 2047. Next one. So feed and also fodder is also shortage. You can find that there is 11%, 23% and 28% is the shortage of the green fodder, dry fodder and the concentrate respectively. These are some of the things which we require to see that how we can have other means, what we call least cost formulas, to bring down some of the agriculture waste utilized to have a feed to the animals, because animals need green fodder, dry fodder also, and the concentrate also. So good quality fodder for our livestock is a must. But now this is the survey we are trying to see that deficiency, how it can be reduced in terms of feed and fodder shortage. So this is one of the third problems what we are facing in terms of availability of the good quality feed and fodder for our animals. Now pasteurized milk also, you can see that pasteurized milk in our country is only maximum 3-4 days, because quality of milk initially produced is not good, because you have so many farmer, hygienic is not maintained at the production level. So this is what we are trying to see, that now only if you see any standard brand, maximum life of pasteurized milk only 3-4 days. So at least we should have a 10 to 12 days like Europe or in America you find. So we are trying to see that how quality of the pasteurized milk, even in the organized sector I am talking, has to be improved a lot. So this is also a big hindrance because of the poor quality is produced at the source level. For that I will show you next slides how we are trying to improve the clean milk production at the farm level, to see that whole chain, dairy chain from the production to the consumer is properly maintained, cold chain what we call, and you can have a good quality of the pasteurized milk having a long life. Now what are the opportunities that are available? Whatever the challenges I already mentioned to you. Now this is very much important as a feed cost, as I told you, which is contributing about 70% of the total cost of milk production. So feed and fodder to do the proper rationing of the, and see that how much is the protein is going, TDP is going, other whatever the parameters are, balancing of the feed, giving the ration. So this is very much important to bring down the cost of milk production at the farm level, because now most of the time we are paying 80% of the milk MRP what the consumers are paying to the milk producers. Then in that milk producer also the cost of milk is about 70% contributed by the fodder and feed or concentrate, whatever the feed they are feeding to the animal. So how to bring down the cost and improve the animal productivity through scientific nutritional technology. So we have to apply nutritional technology here to see that the animals get proper ration, balanced ration, TMR or other whatever the methods are available, where we can have a sufficient quantity of the quality and quantity of the availability of the fodder, and to bring down the cost of milk production mainly by the feed and fodder. Next one. Now we are talking about the only the feed is concerned. Now we are talking about the appliance of the new genetical processes. By doing better advanced productive technology, like we are using the sorted cements now, AI cements, and so many other so what we call it, some of the embryo transfer. So many technology done by NDDB, by Animal Husbandry Department, and by all agriculture universities, to how to improve the genetically potential of the cows and buffaloes. Also, we are doing a lot of crossbreeding with Holstein Friesian Jersey to see the productivity of the animal can be increased. So this is a genetical improvement, how we can do best by advance putting the reproductive technology, different genetically progress to increase the productivity, production, and return to the farmer. So this is the second challenge where the feeds is a breeding. This is what we call genetically progress, and for that, whatever IVF technology, embryo transfer is required has to be done, where you can have a superior germ plasma in our milk animal herd, so which will improve the genetical improvement, improve the productivity of the animals, and this will help us to bring down the cost of the milk production. We are now not the lowest milk producer in the world. Earlier it was there, but now other countries like New Zealand, other countries, they are having a less cost of milk production than us. So this is the one way is feed and fodder, and second is genetically how we can improve the productivity of the animals. Next one. And then you can see the manure also, because we have a lot of manure is produced. So for that also we are also trying to anaerobic digestion, how this can be used, the biogas plant, whatever small manure produced by the small family or for the big animals, for the big size of the farms. So we are having a technology where it can be generated biogas plant to produce the bio CNG and the organic fertilizer. So this is also part of the cost of the being the cost of the milk production, and this will be also help us to reduce the carbon credit or carbon footprints. So dung-based large capacity biogas plant to supply the energy needs of the dairy plant. So whatever the gas is produced, we can also convert into the electricity also. This biogas methane gas that can be used for the, and whatever the other comes out, that can be a fertilizer. So import of the fertilizer can be also reduced, and this will be organic fertilizer. This can be utilized. So we are trying to see the best manure management at the big farm level, at the milk producers level, also at society levels, where manure can be processed properly, and we will find a lot of biogas-based manure value chain models are for cooking energy also and for organic fertilizer. So these are some of the things we are adding to the value to the manure also, and we are trying to help and how this can be best can be utilized for the benefits of the dairy industry, particularly the farmers, our milk producers. So now we are also trying to do some new technology taking to the farmers. So this is for the establishing innovation, scientific system and systematic processes. We are having this. That is what we call information network on animal productivity, the health system developed by the NDDB. This is a basically database systems we are creating to find out the roots of the animals, go to this and have all the data available with this. Now it is run about 17.5 million milk animals have provided already breeding, nutrition and health services to 10.2 million milk producers. So this data has been created by NDDB, and this is the new benefits are there in terms of both breeding, nutrition and health to improve the schemes and the quality of services. So this is digital technology, new technology, whatever we call, and now AI is also coming up. So these are some of the technology we are trying to apply at the farm level to see that all this information is also available now, because we have got about 30 crore animals, and for that whatever requirements are some disease problem is there like foot and mouth, that we are also we are trying to have all the database collection and then give it the treatment. This will also help us good quality milk and suitable for even for the export. Next please. Now this is products which can be now, as I mentioned to you, only 65% is still remain the liquid milk, which is a very basic products. It's a day-to-day requirement. But now with the young blood, they want high protein foods. So you find a lot of high protein because India is a deficiency in the protein. And milk protein is the best protein compared to vegetable proteins and animal. So we are trying to have some value-added products to add that at least from 25% to a value-added product, it becomes about 50% in next 10-15 years. So these are some of the special product like a pure milk complete with the carbonated drinks or juices, even vegan milk. But this is we are not talking much about the vegan milk, but using some of the milk to prepare some of the product. The new flavors, organic milk, and there is a lot of scope is there for the organic milk, which will be free of antibiotics or aflatoxin, other things. And lactose free. Some people has problem about digestion of the lactose free milk, lactose digestion. So we are having also some of the product can be developed, like fermented products are there. Some of the using of the lactase. They're high protein milk because this is a big shortage or deficiency in find old people, children, and nursing mothers. So how to boost this protein by ultrafiltration method or by addition of the things. And you can have all the products you might have seen the Amul's Gulfi also with a protein milk or so many other flavored milk with a high protein milk, mother dairy. So many things are coming with the high protein which is required for the Indian public and also the Indian sweets. So still there is a lot of we have got both Khoa based sweets or some Channa based sweets, Bengali sweets or all these pedas, other things. But we require to have a long life of the products. So once we long life is there in the sweets, but lot of scope is there for Indian sweets in a more in an organized sector. It will still remains the unorganized sector. Maybe 10-15% is the organized sector. Most of the dairy plants have started now making the sweets, particularly in some festivals. But a lot of scope is there for the for domestic market as well as for the exports. Same thing, the probiotic food, which is good for the gut. So this is also we have got many products are coming up. Addition of the probiotic bacteria, different dairy products also, particularly these, fermented products and whey-based products. Because once you make paneer or cheese, the whey comes out, which is called lactose, minerals, vitamins, and whey protein. So this is also a good source of the high protein value, and that can be utilized for different ethnic purpose for the high nutritional value. So we have got a lot of fractionation of the whey for making lots of products. So these are some of the value product has to be developed by the dairy industry to see that of the liquid milk is okay, but now some of the product which has got more value, the realization also more, and you can have more varieties of the dairy products. Next. Now I will talk about the new technology for the clean milk production. Now earlier all we had all hand milking was done, but now machine milk has been designed where you can have almost untouched milk remain, but you have to clean this all these milking machines and the udders everything. So this eliminates the contamination of it, ensures animal comfort, maximize the milk yield and retains milk quality. So this is what we are talking about the very gentle milking of the animals without much more disturbance. And this is what is how now we are talking about how the milk can be remain more time. So all these udders and milking machines, it has to be properly sanitized before putting it. So this is a it's very now it's all most of the commercial dairy farms or even having a 2, 4, 5, 10, 20 animals, they are also putting this type milking machines because sometimes manpower is also not available. Bucket type of the milking machines are also available, and then we have got other online also, and then we have got many other big size also roti milking parlors are also milking parlors are also very big for the those who want to put a big commercial dairy farm in a big way, maybe 400-500 animals. So they are the milking machines are now becoming very common for the small farmers having a 10-15 animals also that can be done. Then we have got also Haribon type of the parlor, which you can do about 20 animals at a time. So these are some of the things we are talking about to improve the quality of the milk, what we call clean milk production. Next, this is what I have tried to show you. This is it's a portable type where you can take to the near to the animals and plug it, and you can then milk the animals. So this has to be properly clean before milking, and it has to be properly taken care that all the teats and whatever the things are there has been properly cleaned. Next. Then we are talking about the bulk milk cooler. So once milk is produced at the farm level, then immediately it has to be cooled. So for that, wherever society or collection points are there, then we have to bring the milk immediately, maybe in their own container, and then we have got the bulk milk coolers at maybe about 2-3 kilometer distance from the production area, or where the high production is there, we put this bulk cooler in that area also, in that village also, or collection point. So we can see that this type of bulk coolers are available, open type of efficient and other compact type of the things. So both are available different. This is basically ice bank version of this type is also available. Different types of the bulk coolers are available. It can be 500 liter, it can be 3000 liters. So these bulk coolers cool down the milk by the ambient temperature to the below 5 degree immediately within 2-3 hours. And this milk has to be transported in insulated vehicle or tanker to the main dairy plant. So this will also help us to depress the growth of the bacteria in the during the transport. So this is the third is we have got solar bulk coolers now. Rajasthan Electronics and so many other companies, those who are on solar are developing now because sometimes village we have got problem of either fluctuation of power or sometimes breakdown of the power. Milk is such a perishable commodity; it has to be immediately cooled down. So also some of these 70% energy also can be saved by the solar system. So these systems are also now coming up in most of those who are making the bulk cooler. They are also having a solar system in that. Government is giving a lot of support to the solar system, which is a clean energy, free energy, and available. You can have some standby also provision and some problem with them with the cloud or some rainy season. You can switch on to this normal cooling system. So this is also now new development for this is also again for the clean milk production. Next one. And we have got also microfiltration methods, ultrafiltration for different applications are there, where you can reduce the bacteria. Sometimes the milk has got more in a bacterial count. So this is some of the application we can have microfiltration, particularly the cheese type of the products where the hygienic is more required. So we have got different application for separation from the cheese where also you can recover concentration of the cheese also. I mean, casein also is a part of protein, and these are the basically reduction of the bacteria and the spores in the milk, purification of the serum protein from the cheese whey, cheese brine purification. So many places now we have started using either microfiltration or ultrafiltration or nanofiltration depending on the requirement also. So we are going to have a more, what we call whey protein isolates if you want to make from the cheese whey or ricotta cheese. Then there are some of the microfiltration technology or membrane technology can be utilized. Next please. Now we have got also MBA. Now see, generally the pasteurized or raw milk quality is measured with this help of the methylene reduction test, what we call MBRT test. Now this MBRT test sometimes the oxidation takes a lot of time to get in or die to get oxidized. So we have got now rapid MBRT test for measuring the quality of the raw milk as well as the pasteurized milk. So this is the just 1 or 5 minutes. This MB Kurka streamline they have developed the company. It is simply add the insert the viral in the analyzer and the instant results are available. So this is a very good method for testing of the raw milk as well as the pasteurized milk. Immediately milk is produced or from the BMC bulk milk cooler you can do it. So you can show you some photos also. This is some of the MB scan automated MRT available now in India. Earlier we took a lot of time to wait to see the dye change and accordingly we decide that the product this milk will long last for how many hours. 3 hours, 2 hours or 1 hour depending on that MBRT taste. So this is the method which is immediately can within 5 minutes you can know the quality of the milks. Now this is also a fully automatic milk measurements and sampling system has been also developed when we are getting milk at the dock at the dairy plants. So exactly you can have a system in the tanker where you can collect the samples online from each society and tanker also eliminate the manual interaction. So there is not any malpractice or mixing. It's all fully automatic. Everything is recorded. Samples are taken and you can have all these things. So tamper proof will happen. The magnetic flow meters also sensor or air elevator will be there fully CIP1. So this is the new technology is now coming at the plant level where we receive the milk at the tank through the tankers. So I can show you the next slide where this is connected at the bottom of the rear side of the tanker where you can have all the connections online. Then you can see the quantity is also coming, temperature also. Then you can draw the sample also, fat, SNF or other parameters. So there is not much tampering or mixing or by any mischief by any middleware or the owner of the company. So this is the new system which can be directly connected with our. Now this is where biogas plant also, as I mentioned to you earlier, this can be anaerobic high nutrient digester systems are available where we can produce the biogas plant. We can produce the biogas through the biogas small plant. Next one. Now we can also now a lot of our NDB and other these companies trying to have this CNG production which can be utilized for the running of the cars. Fuel used in the boiler, this fuel whatever the biogas generated, we have got two plants in India. One is in near to this our Kashi, and another is Banaskantha, where they are utilizing the whole methane gas for running the dairy plants. So all for the boilers and for the heat pump. So these are the, and also you can use the CNG gas for running of the car. Now we have got this. So Suzuki, we had got collaboration with Suzuki, so where the CNG gas cars produced by our manure only will be available in India. So depending say of importing of the gas, CNG gas or LPG gas will be reduced. So this is a bio CNG what we call. It has got a lot of application and we are working on this, and this will also reduce the cost and also environmental burdens. Now these are some of the biogas. What are the benefits? Lighting and operating the it can be also for the fuel also engine running, or it can be go for the lighting in the, and the air pollution can be also managed, village sanitation can be improved, environmental conditions are upgraded, and the forest cover is protected due to the saving in the fuel boom, helping the generate employment opportunity. So these are some of the things. So every now national policy is now to put everywhere the biogas plant where they have got availability of dung or even agriculture waste. This can be digested in anaerobic systems and generated methane gas, and that can be, what we call cleared, filtered, and then it can be pressed and can be used for different applications, even for this running of the vehicle also. So this is a good scope for the as a whole to the our country also as well as for our dairy industry. Now, biogas often from the license can be used to generate the captive power, as I mentioned to you. So, putting this micro turbine to be a source of the reputed vendors, we can have a methane of digester. It can be generated the captive power also. So, sometimes you don't require to buy the connections from getting the electricity from the electricity board. You can have it directly, can be self-sufficient if you have got sufficient. As I mentioned to you, Varanasi, the plant is running the 100% with the biogas generation by this putting this big plant there, and where the dairy plant completely running on biogas. They don't require anything electricity from outside. The biogas electric generation, if you have got about 10,000 kg of dung, will generate approximately 350 cubic meter per day. It will be put in the biogas plant, which is equivalent to about 175 kilo of the LPG per day, or about 400 kilowatt of power. So if you have got some big farms, this is about 10,000 kg of the cow dung, which require about 500, 600 animals. But even if you have got small animals, small size of these farms, maybe 100 animals, so accordingly there will be a lot of production of the gas, and that gas can be converted into the power generation. So you can see that this is a 400 kilowatt is generated from the 175 kilo of the about 350 cubic meter of the gas, whatever is produced. So this is what in the now conversion ratio is still poor, from the gas to the power, about 45%. But this is a good scope for those who want to become self-sufficient in the power, electricity power requirements. Then we can have biofertilizer also is coming out when you do these digestions. Full digester is derived from the biogas plant used as a biofertilizer, which can be liquid or solid. It has got a lot of micronutrients and it can be utilized for the vermicompost also. There is a lot of market potential for biofertilizers in India, and this is also now marketed by, produced also by some of the companies, cooperative dairy plant with the help of NDDB in different parts of India, where you can produce can buy also organic fertilizer, which is produced through this digested slurry. Now we are talking about this vision. Now it's only, I think, 23 years are left to become 100 years in Atmanirbhar. So we have got some vision dairy industry also, how it will be helpful to us. So we are going to improve whatever the challenges and opportunities are, you have seen it. So through one is main the animal productivity through the improve the breeding, nutrition management and healthcare. This is our vision to improve the animal productivity. So now it has been has to be increased by about 2,000 to 5,200 kg per animal per year by 2047. So animal productivity really has to be increased from approximately 2,000 liters to 5,000 liters about within a 2 decade times. So this is one we are looking the vision. The second is also we are looking. See next one please. Share of the value-added product. As I mentioned to you, value-added product is not much. About 75% of the milk is still remain in a liquid. Is going as a liquid milk. So we want to increase the value-added products in the cooperative sector as well as in the private sector from 25% to 50%. So when you add the value product, you have many more variety you can have specifically required nutrition, you can meet it. Milk is a best, but still if you want to have some varieties, either cheese based or any paneer or anything what you want to know, ghee is also some sweets are also there. So a lot of scope is there for the value-added products, what you will see in Europe and America. So you can have all fractionation of the milk, either from the protein or from the fat or from the lactose, or make so many fermented products. So they are all value-added products. This gives good value to the milk producer, also to the dairy industry, which is only 25%. It has to become 50% by 24. So we have to double the value-added products only for the not only for the local market as well as for the export markets. So as I mentioned to you, our share is only 1% in the global trade. The target to increase share to the global trade from of milk. Every year we are producing about 12 million will be there within 10 years. So if that surplus milk will be there about 100 million tons. So what we have to do it for that? We have to improve the quality, we have to bring down the cost of milk production, and we have to export to the world. So we want to see that now it is only not, as I mentioned, only 6,000 crore rupees is only exported value, worth is exported. But now it has to go almost 5 or 10 times within 20-25 years. So this is our vision for the world trade also. We want to enter, become the world basket also, food basket from India also. Now sustainability, as I mentioned you, this is a big problem because of these whatever the gases are generated, the manure management, feed production, and on-farm energy use is also contributing factors. So now these are all to be taken care. By 2050, we want to become zero carbon free GHG emission by 2050 through the comprehensive sustainable practice. So this can only happen, as we mentioned earlier to you, about feeding, breeding management practices. We see that total prices of milk production also can be reduced, proper manure management, feed production, and also the breeding system will also help become dairy more sustainable to the dairy farmer, to us, to the dairy industry. Now NABARD has got a lot of schemes. In this budget also we had about 9,000 crore has been sanctioned for this dairy development, particularly for the veterinary developing the backward integration, what we call colleges, research centers, other things. But these are some of the NABARD schemes are available by government of India. So you can see that those who are a young blood, they can also take these all these schemes like the Dairy Infrastructure Development Fund is also available in processing and infrastructure fund, nutritional, animal husbandry infrastructure development funds are available. There are central sector scheme for the formation and promotion of farmers producers organization, which is FPO what we call. These are also coming up. So a lot of solar mission is also there. Warehouse infrastructure fund also. NABARD, or I mean through NABARD, these some of the schemes are financed not only for the cooperative but also private sector. The micro irrigation fund is also available. So you'll find a lot of NABARD scheme. Government of India, Ministry of Food Processing also has got many schemes now to develop the dairy industry in a proper way. And also, as I mentioned to you, now this is schemes are all applicable to both cooperative as well as the private sector. Both the sectors are playing equal role in the dairy industry. So a lot of scope is there to avail this type of government schemes through the NABARD, with what we call NABARD schemes for the small producer from the big one, for the milk processing plant, for the export also. Lot of schemes are available for export houses also they are creating now, which will be also utilized. Next. Now I talk about the nutritive value of the milk because sometimes misguided, because of the vegan and other so many products are coming up milk. I mean, in the market, you find that consumers are getting confused about the milk. But now, as you know, it's a complete food, particularly the milk and yogurt, the richest nutrient profile for the energy content. They are typically rich in protein, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, several vitamin B. Historical milk is considered a perfect food with the right mix of nutrients and ideal calorie density capable of nourishing the life of the infant as well as adults of all the ages. Milk provides practically all the nutrients required for normal growth. Milk is the only food which is considered nature's almost perfect food. So this is a complete food. Milk is a very good. Everybody should drink at least all milk and milk products, 500 ml of the milk per day. This is a nutritive value which will meet all your requirements, whatever requirement, nutrition, protein, fat, mineral, vitamins, calcium, all these things. And there is no any side effect if you take rightly. But if you have got some problem of the lactose, then old people have, so you can have a lactose-free milk also. Fermented products are also so many high protein foods are those who are having a deficiency in the protein. So we have got all the varieties of the milk and milk products, which is a very good for the healthy living. Milk is a completely food and it covers all the things. Next, please. Now I just put it this 200 ml of glass for the 40% of adults daily recommended kg for about 30% calcium. As you know, it is for the helping of the bone. 25% of the 200 ml with D vitamin D. It will promote the body use as a calcium and encourage the absorption of the other essential minerals also. 24% is riboflavin or vitamin B, which helps it to convert the food into energy. 20% of the phosphorus has help to strengthen the bones and generate the energy for the body. So you can see this 20 glass, 20 ml of glass, you take milk. These are the percentage of the required vitamins, calciums, riboflavins, and phosphorus it's providing. And then also you'll find 16% of provide for building of the repairing of the muscles, 13% of the vitamin B12, which is very useful, is essentially vitamin building the axial carrier, red blood cells, hemoglobin, or 11% of the potassium for reducing the body fluid balance and maintaining the normal blood pressure. 10% of the lysine is equivalent for ensuring the normal functioning of the many enzymes, and 10% of the vitamin A to help to maintain the normal vision and the skin. I have already, we have got now sometime fortification of vitamin A and D because those milk, tone milk, double tone milk, or skim milk, when you reduce the fat, automatically vitamin A, D, ADEK is reduced, fat based, fat solid. So in that connection, sometimes we are fortifying the vitamin A and D. So for those milk which has got less fat. Otherwise, milk is a complete food. With water, you take buffalo milk, but it should be safe milk. It should be pasteurized properly and should not be without any adulteration because sometimes adulteration happens when milk leaves to the dairy plant. So that marketing channel and distributors, all this cold chain is to be very much important. Milk is remain only safe is a good as long as it is pure. If you mix something like any other adulteration or any other commodity, milk becomes problem. And milk is such a perishable commodity. Old from milk producer to the consumer, all the cold chain has to be properly maintained and should be properly packed, branded product we should consume rather than loose milk, which you don't know the traceability of the milk, source of the milk, and what type of antibiotics or aflatoxin is there. So this is a next one. Now we want to invite you on the 1st June. We are celebrating the World Milk Day from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. at Zoo Beach in Birla Lane in Villepale West. So this is every year on 1st June is a World Milk Day, which we are celebrating. So I request all of you participate, or friends or family, you please join us, and there will be a good distribution of some Indian products also, as well as you can have a taste of the products, and there will be also tasting facilities for adulteration and other questions are there, anything about, because milk is a complete food, it cannot be compared with the vegan or any analogs food. Milk is a milk, it's a completely secreted by the animals and it is a pure milk. So don't mix up with this any other uh, vegan or anything. No, as long as milk is taken properly, taken care of the animals properly in an organized sector, everybody is taking proper. Unorganized sector, sometimes they put the hormones or injection, other things which we are not sure. But that's why we want to convert the unorganized sector, bring the FSSAI also in that umbrella, and they should have proper clean milk production schedule, everything on what the organized. So in the conclusion, I want to tell only with increasing the milk production, India has a great possibility to significantly increase its export potential and the rise to prominence the global dairy industry with the increased availability of high quality milk for processing and production of world-class dairy products. The geopolitics position, as I mentioned, east and western side, significant presence of the India diaspora across the globe, will strategically help India to become dairy to the world. So dairy has to become world, and now most of them, like Amul, they have got 2, 3 dairy plants also in America, also Europe also. So they are also trying. So we want to become now big dairy because will be plenty of milk will be available with us. And as I told you, milk every year we are adding 10, 12 million tons of milk. So, and we are having already 500 ml of milk per head per day. So we will go some value-added products, but basically milk has to be exported. Some of the deficient countries, as I mentioned to you, like Africa or Gulf countries or the eastern part, Singapore, Taiwan or Korea's, even China's, lot of they are all deficient, and there is a lot of scope for the dairy. So milk is the best food to drink and enjoy the life. So always we think milk and think milk and the drink milk. This is our slogan. So I again request you, all of you, invite you to come on 1st June. That's on Monday, coming Monday. I mean 31st, not this Monday, week after, to come to the Zoo Beach, and we'll have some talk about the experts, and we can have a tasting of the milk and milk products. So thank you very much for your attention. Now, if any questions are there, I am open to answer. Thank you very much.
Now I request all the delegates to unmute yourselves and ask questions if you have. You may also type your questions in the chat box.
The issue is something.
What is future of Indian sweets?
Yeah, Indian sweet, as I mentioned to you, the life of the Indian sweets, what we are like, Bengal sweet has no much life, 3, 4 days. Already on the display there, right, that you consume within 3, 4 days. So we have to, a lot of scope is there. All Bengali sweet or Indian sweet, particularly Mawa based, is a what we call, sort of a panda or burfis, all of the things. So a lot of scope is there for the domestic market, but it has to be done properly, vacuum packed, or removing the oxygen, putting the what you call MAP, modified atmosphere. So a lot of scope is there for the domestic market, And the particular challenges are increasing the shelf type of the product and mechanization of the milk, sweets, where you don't have much human touch, and try to avoid this adulteration. Sometimes happens. They use this all the mawa so many months old. So we have to see that properly. This has been done. A lot of scope is there for the export as well as domestic market, particularly in the seasons. So I find all the Indian sweets having a lot of scope. Any other questions?
Hello, sir. How can we develop this dairy business? What way we can contribute this business?
Think milk and drink milk. That's a more important now. And but yeah, certainly you can contribute wherever. If anybody want to put up these projects, if whatever the background, I don't know. But lot of scope is there
Yes.
for the
I am
development.
from South India,
From
and we are not getting even a ghee also from Pondicherry, Hindu.
oh, so
Hello,
lot of
sir.
scope is there.
Yes.
In the
So
where,
I am very much interested to start our
so you can start
to
with the
start the business. Yes.
and you can have a small dairy farm with the most
Hello.
hygienically produced, and you require
That's what I want to know.
for development. But there is a lot of scope is there for the dairy industry, and some of the states like northern eastern states or upper Kashmir side, lot of shortage of the milk and milk products are there. So you can have
Hello.
domestic market also in the Pondicherry also. You got big ashram there. There also they may be having their farms also. So that can be also supplied. But we make something high protein milk product or something value added product which will really benefit to the society. Thank you.
But
Yes, Rajnikant bhai, I can't hear you. Can you unmute, please?
Meanwhile, can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Dr. Sab, very, very good afternoon and excellent presentation. You covered all the aspects which are of the dairy and today.
Yes.
With so much of cattle in India, why we are unable to produce better milk? My question was this. Second thing, my question was that animal husbandry is still not available to the rural areas. And you talk about the nutrition food and feed and fodders. It's also not available. One has to travel at least 20, 30 kilometers to get these things. So where the supply chain has been missing. And the product, if you see, you have told we had to have enhanced product so that they have better earning. So I like that that we should produce product rather than only focusing the milk.
Yes.
So can you put on this light, please?
Now, as I first you mentioned about the quality problem. This quality problem is still there because we have got small milk producers. About 8.5 crore of milk producers are there, which are we are producing about 67 and 65 crore liters of the milk. So you can see the per producer is a very difficult to control the quality of the milk at the producer level. But we are now having a clean milk production project where if there is hand milking, that they have to do the proper cleaning of the udder, hands, bucket, everything has to be properly cleaned, and then immediately it has to be transported in a sterile or at least clean vessel to the main bulk coolers, which is nearby to the area where it can be stored immediately to cool down. Then it has to be transported. So quality remains big challenge for us, even though we are the highest milk producer. But still, that's why we are trying to do this. How to have a clean milk production. NDDB, animals department, or even private sectors, all are trying to see that how you can get the milk without any antibiotics or without any preservatives or without any aflatoxins, which is a really challenge for us. and the improvement of the productivity of the animal. That I also mentioned, all the breeding, feeding, management, that's very much important. So now organized where these commercial dairy farms are coming up. We find many commercial are having a 200-300 animals, and they are doing the properly all these requirements, and they have got all these latest digital technology where they can provide you all whatever the requirement, balanced ration and required, and plus whatever the things are about disease control, breeding. They have got all the pedigree characteristic, all they know the traceability. Like Haribol, there are so many other small manufacturers. I mean, those farms are there. They are taking the care of the see that milk is available, traceability is available. So nobody can doubt about the taking care of the animals. Now those who are sensitive to the cruelties, we have got an answer that you don't drink that tabela milk which is unhygienic. If you go any tabela in Jogeshwar or Andheri, you'll find the quality is
Sorry.
very bad. Still, you find in the morning big lines are there. So I'm very surprised because quality and the hygienic milk production, hygiene is very much important. Same thing about animal husbandry, as I mentioned to you, we have got 30 crore animals, but the productivity of the animal is very poor. And only now we are having a crossbreeding program. That is what we call backward integration, how to feed, how to take care of the breed, and how to manage it, all the data or database. That is what the NDDP and Animal Husbandry Department and other universities and the even private sector also having a doing. So this is becoming now sort of a big challenge for us to see that more milk is produced and also quality milk is produced. We can have more value-added product. As I mentioned to you, value-added product less is not there more than 30%. That's mainly our either sweets or maybe on these ghee, easy products. But there are a lot of products which can be developed on the basis of the protein. Now we find Amul has got 30-40 products only protein, or we find that the mother dairy also. Everywhere they are adding protein because we are deficient in the protein. And this, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so protein deficiency, for that lot of products can be developed. So anyhow, so many things are there for athletic also, for the young people, old people, all the class of the group. Same fermented products, we have got probiotic products, so many can be developed. Everywhere you can have where digestion has a problems, this can be developed. This is all find more nutritional because enzymes are to be liberated, which will help to the digestion also. The whole chain has now big challenge is the main is the productivity, quality of the milk, and availability of feed and fodder. So this is what we are now all dairy industry, wherever conferences we are focusing on this. So these are the challenges which we are facing. So we have to see that carbon credit or carbon footprint has can be reduced by improving the productivity of the animal. Same thing we are taking care of the buffaloes. So buffalo also equally contributing in the milk production. But we are having the best buffalo in the world in Pakistan or in India. So we can do only the progressive improvement genetically. We cannot bring the blood or any genetically from the outside. So it's within the herd size. We have to improve the productivity of the buffalo also, which is about 10 to 12 liters only. It can be double. Now crossbreed cows also you can go up to 25-30 liters if it is properly managed. So productivity will reduce, animals, milk farmers will get better price, and the consumer will be also variety of the milk products, which will help also sustainability of the dairy industry. Because as I mentioned to you, 70-80% of the milk, whatever we are consuming price-wise, MRP, is going to the milk producers. So milk producer has to have the cost of milk production, and that component one is a feed, which is costing about 70%. So how can we reduce, improve the productivity and all the disease control? Now foot and mouth is everywhere throughout India. We are trying to see that completely irrigated. So we can have some of the countries like Europe, they don't want to take the milk from India because of foot and mouth problem or some aflatoxin problems or some antibiotics. So we are trying to see the quality is improved. Long life milk can get better quality like where you have in other developed countries. So these are all types, but as we are the highest milk producer, but it is not sufficient to produce highest milk, but quality milk is also equal important. And unorganized sector has to come in a proper way of milk production. Because you find otherwise there most unhygienically milk is produced with a lot of toxins and all this aflatoxins we don't. You have seen the unhygienic condition in Bombay around all Tabelas, how they are maintaining the buffaloes. So this is a lot of challenges there for the dairy industry. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, Rajni bhai.
Just my suggestion through your platform and through IDA platform that we should, for increasing our export market share, we should have a common brand exporting in the world market with a common quality assurance system which is well internationally recognized and well practiced in the country. Will increase our volume and internal competition can be avoided as far as the SMP whole milk powder or butter is concerned. And again, lot of new cheese products are also, new plants have also come up. So that market also can be explored with the common, recognized market brand.
Yeah, see, Randiba, you are right. Now, I think our Home Minister also created now in the Operation Flood too about this warehousing, cold storage for the collecting all the milk products, store it, give some minimum price, and do it for the exported. In that case, there could be a one brand, but there are two sectors are playing important role. Is a private sector, another is a cooperative sector. So if you can channelize
No,
through
it is okay. Presently, okay, as far as okay, because Government of India has also opened the separate cooperative ministry under Dr. Amit Bhai Shah, and
yeah.
Okay, with the oil what we are exporting and all that, in return we are able to give the dairy products to all these the Middle East countries, Egypt and Iran and all that, from whom we are buying the large quantity of oil and all that. That Russia also you can take into the picture, because from Gokul also we exported the product to such countries also. But we should have, instead of, competing internally in the country, it is better that we have a common one brand and only under one flag only we are exporting the product.
Now, you are perfectly right. As I mentioned to you, our milk production is only 65 crore, but in that export is very less. So,
Now, what I request you can take this at a central IDA central level and at NDDP level also, so that okay, that common conscience can be developed.
but now this is about this product, then we can have a lot of foreign exchange earning, which will be
Yeah.
beneficial to reduce the import load of the all the physical oils what we are importing.
Yeah. This, and why I am saying you that this will, this will support our sustainable dairy also. And another thing, the government can able to give the subsidy through the cooperative, and it will reach directly to the farmer for their milk, and ultimately the value addition will be there.
Yeah, you are perfectly right. There will be value addition will be there. Government is also supporting both the sectors.
Only
Also.
I request you to take up at the appropriate platform. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll do with the IDA also and with the NDDP also. Lot of scope with the exports. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jitu Bhai. It is a wonderful talk.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So there is one question from Vijay sir. Is the milk available in the market such as by Amul or any other brands are good for our children for daily consumption, or else we should buy it from the milk dairy farms only?
See, we have got about 21 tests in the organized sector. Perfectly taken in the plant, whether it's a Gokul or Amul or any standard brand, private sector or cooperative. Now the organized sector has got a lot of ISO specification, HACCP is there, FSSAI is also there. So we are taking lots of care. So milk has been, once it is coming in the plant, we taste it. It should meet all the parameters. Once that parameters are there, then milk has become 100% safe. But after this milk goes out of the market, what we call once it is in the marketing side, that is the distributors and other cold chain is not properly maintained, and sometime at that stage some adulteration happens. That we have seen it mainly after a plant, dairy plant is not doing any this type of a mischief, but once milk is going market, then there are some middlemen or shopkeepers or some, they leave the milk on the streets also, so temperature will go up. Sometimes adults are there who are mixing and making the increase the life of the product. So as long as you buy the milk from the any standard packed product, your milk is 100% good quality, it is safe. Now we have many kits also develop, immediately detect any adulteration mixing in their packaging material. Also, they write all the nutritional requirement, any cartridge number also. Then
We can't hear you properly.
duplicate the milk also. So most of the standard brands, whatever available, has been no problem. But sometime after leaving the dairy plant, then there's some problem of the cold chain or adulteration mixing at the. Anything else? Any other question? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Now, any other questions are there?
Yes, there is one more question in the chat box that milk chilling and cold chain operations are energy intensive. What practical energy efficiency measures or technologies are most feasible today for small and medium dairies in India?
Anywhere, wherever you want to change the milk, is the best way of doing. So you can use system which are solar panels, and that can be done by chilling. The instant chilling is required within 1 or 2 hours. You can have at the milk production level. And when milk is produced hygienically, if it is possible, use this our milking small milking bucket type of milking machine there, and then transport milk immediately to the somewhere chilling. Or if you put your bulk cooler there in the plant in your dairy sort of farm also, then you can chill it, then becomes small. But you have to take care of the udder, hygiene, and properly cleaning of the all machine. So once milk is, you can count the count, and the animal should be disease free, should not be any mastitis or any other disease basically. So once milk is already very neat and clean or almost sterile in the udder. Once milk is produced, once milk comes out from the udder from the animal, then we start contaminating the milk basically. So once milk is in the udder or within the animal, there is a quality of milk is excellent. It's like a sterile milk. It's all nutrition. So we have to see the whole cold chain is maintained from the production to the cooling of the milk at the farm level, and then to the, if you want to make some product there also, you see cold store refrigeration is a 50% of the total our project cost everywhere, because refrigeration is very much important for us to keep it milk cool, whether it's ice cream or flavored milk or any fermented product, cheese, everywhere cold chain is required. Even marketing also cold chain is required. So sometimes it is through the distributor, they might not be having a proper cold chain breakdown also. In the shopkeeper also, sometimes they keep the freeze stop to save their electricity. So this is also helpful if you can maintain properly, do proper packaging, and then you can market it depending on the product. If it is powder is there, UST milk is there, or even for the ghee, you don't require cold chain. But those are perishable products that has to be properly transported. Same thing with the sweets also. The adulteration problem has to be avoided because a lot of mixing is happening now. So FSSI is doing the best, putting so many raids everywhere. But now society's ethic has to be improved. It's a health, you are playing with somebody's health. Sometimes you find synthetic milk or some other type of the milk in the market. So this is not the milk. We don't recommend also vegan food, other thing. Milk is a complete food. And if you want to have vegan or some vegetable based, we don't have any problems. But you can not call this vegan food as a milk. The milk is a milk. It's a secretion of mammary gland secretion of the animals. That's a pure biological process. Any other question? Hello? Madam Padani,
Yes, sir.
any question now?
So I see there's no questions anymore. So we are going ahead.
Only I want to thank particularly you who has made me to come to the stage and give some talk about my subject. So very nice of you. Dr. Saab is already in touch with me always, and we are always part of your organization, Kataria Saab family, all the staff of the. So I should thank you all for all of you sharing my knowledge about this dairy industry. It's a sunshine industry, it's a booming industry, and so bring the milk and milk product safely from the branded products.
Oh,
Now also I invite you to come on the 1st of June to celebrate the World Milk Day at
yes.
Juhu Beach in Bombay on first day, so on Monday, week after.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your time, for listening, hearing. I also thank all the attending, those who asked the questions. If
Yes.
anything else is there, please they can call me also whenever they require any help,
Yes, sir.
support. We are always there to see that you have a right quality of the milk and milk products at your table. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Yes, sir. Before going ahead, on behalf of ICS and all the participants, I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks and sincere appreciation to you, sir, for
Thank
your valuable and insightful talk on present scenario of the dairy industry during today's Sadgunsam. Your vast experience, practical knowledge, and clear perspective on the current trends and challenges of the dairy sector were truly enlightening and highly appreciated. We are grateful for your valuable time, support, and contribution towards making the session successful. Thank you so much, sir.
This is a blessing of the milk producers and the consumers. Thank you very much.
Yes. Before going ahead, 1 second. So before we proceed further, I would like to take a moment to inform you all that ICS International Certification Services is organizing a national virtual conclave on the occasion of World Environment Day 26, titled as Paryavatan 5.0 on the Zoom platform on 6 June 2026. This year, the theme is a climate action, focus on accelerating action, reducing emissions, and renewable energy adoption. We warmly invite all participants to be a part of this insightful session. The registration link along with the Zoom session link has been shared with you in the chat box. Kindly register yourselves and join us on the 6th June 2026 at 11 a.m. Thank you and we look forward to your valuable participation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Registration link and Zoom session link is dropped in the chat box. We are going ahead. So ICS is pleased to provide you all its research and development, integrated management system, QMS, EMS and OHSMS, excellence in education management, ISO made easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu and Hindi. Our recent publications, the first one is Urja, Thermal, Oil and Gas Nuclear, and second one is Jung Se Jung Tak, Fight with Rust Corrosion Causes and its Mitigation. For reading any of the above books, please contact Ms. Sushma Kindelkar. Feedback form, please register on www.sadgunsang.org and go in your login and give us a feedback. I would also like to thank all our participants for their valuable time and active participation. We hope you found the session informative and useful. Have a nice day.
Parik sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We are ending this meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much for the
Yeah, thanks.
inviting me. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you.